Hi, this is Radhakrishnan. Welcome to Python tutorial episode 4. I hope that you would have solved the problems in options code that I gave in previous episode. If you need any help on that, please let me know. The topics that I want to discuss today are list of operators supported in Python, what is list comprehension and its usages, tuple packing and unpacking. This is one of the main concepts that we should understand before we learn about functions, and two more complex types in Python, set and dictionary. Let's see these topics one by one. Operators. There are four types of operators in Python, namely membership operator, equality operator, and Boolean operators. The Boolean operators are categorized into two types, short circuit operator and negate operator. Let's see all of these operators with one example. Let's say I have two lists of countries. One list where the COVID is spreading too fast, the another one with the countries where the spread is too slow. I get the user input for the country name and I'm giving its spread details as a response. The membership operator in checks whether the left side value, it can be string, integer, tuple or list, is present in the right side sequence or iterable. The not in operator exactly opposite of in operator. It makes sure that the left side value is not present in the right side sequence or iterable. The AND operator makes sure that both the right and left side condition evaluates true. Once it finds that the left side condition is false, it will not evaluate the right side condition because anyway the result is going to be false. The OR operator always evaluates all the condition and tries to find if any of them evaluates true. Let's see the negate operator and equality operator with another example. Here I have two variables, integer and float, with the same value 10. Let's do the different comparison operators for these variables. First, I have done the equal conditions where it compares only the value that is present in the variables. Next, I have used the is operator where the is operator not only compares the value and also it compares the variable type. Since one variable is integer and another variable is float, the result is false. And in the third condition, I have used is not. The is not operator makes sure that the value or the type of the variable are not same. Since these two variables contain the same value, the greater than condition return false. Now I'm going to negate the result using the not operator, and I'm making sure that both the variables contain the same value. Both of them is having the value 10. In our previous video about data types, we have seen different ways of list creation. List comprehension is another nice and easiest way of list creation. It is a very short way of creating the list. It reduces the number of lines that we code to create the list. It reduces the number of operations that we do on list creation. Let's say I want to create a list with square of numbers from 0 to 9. In normal way, we will first create a list variable and then in a for loop, we will iterate the numbers and find the square of that numbers and then keep appending those numbers into the already created list variable. Do we really need to do these many steps to create a single list? No. List comprehension is easiest way of creating the list. Let's see how we can create a list using list comprehension. In single line, we have completed the creation of list with the square of numbers. We have seen the usages of list comprehension. There are other important usages of list comprehension. I will let you to find out those cases. If you do not find it out, I will talk about those cases in future videos. We have seen different ways of tuple creation in the same video that I have mentioned in the previous section. Sequence packing is another way of tuple creation. Let's look at an example on how we can create a tuple using sequence packing. Please note the comma at end of the string. It informs Python to create the tuple using a concept called sequence packing. How can we create a tuple with more than one element using sequence packing? It is very easy. You can keep adding the elements with comma. Here I have created a tuple with 3 items in it. Unpacking means assigning the value present in the tuple to different number of variables. Let's see an example of tuple unpacking. I have created a tuple with 2 values. Let's see how we can unpack those values. The 2 variables var1, var2 will be having the values that is present in the tuple. Let's print and see it. Here the values present in the tuple is assigned to the different variables. This is the main use of sequence unpacking. This concept is very important to understand the functions in Python. Let's see what will happen when I try to unpack tuple using more variables than the element available in the tuple itself. As expected, Python raised an error saying it cannot unpack the tuple because the tuple is having only 2 values and you are trying to unpack into 3 different variables. Another topic before we start the complex type is how can we compare two sequence or iterables. Here I am comparing two tuples, right? When you are comparing two iterables or sequence, the first value in the first element is compared against the first value in the second element, and the second value in the first element is compared against the second value in the second element. Here the 1 is compared against 1, and finally the 3 is compared with 4. Since 4 is greater than 3, the result is true. In the same way, you can compare lists also and strings also. Here, the string ABC is compared against the string C. The first character A is compared against the C. Since the second or right side sequence doesn't have more elements, only one value will be compared between them. Let's see what will happen if I reverse the direction. Let's compare this with tuples. Here, the first two elements compared with the first two elements of this right side iterable. Here, it is trying to compare the 3 elements from the left side iterable to the right side iterable. But the right side iterable is not having the respective number for this. So, the result is false. Let's see about the two complex types that we are eagerly waiting for. Set. Set is an unordered collection with no duplicate elements. Generally, we use set to eliminate duplicate entries. How we can declare the set element? Let's see it in the Python shell. Here I have declared a set variable called countries with different country names in it. Let's do some operations on this set. Let's check the membership operator. Please remember that we should not use empty curly brace to create the new set because the empty curly braces creates dictionaries. So you have to use a function called set to create the set variable. Set is also used to remove the duplicates. Let's say I want to remove the duplicates from a given string. How can I remove the duplicate characters from this string? It is very easy. You can convert the string into a set. That is all you have to do. Another very useful object type in Python is dictionaries. The iterable objects that we have seen so far are referred by index numbers from 0, right? But dictionaries are referred using keys. The only condition for the element to be as key in the dictionary is it should be an immutable object. So generally people use string or tuple as the key because they are an immutable objects. Let's see how we can define the dictionaries. First, I'm constructing an empty dictionary. Then I'm creating a dictionary with some keys and values in it. And then I'm constructing a dictionary from a list of tuples. Okay, I have defined the dictionary. How can I access the element in the dictionary? It is same as string, list or tuple. But instead of using numbers, you have to use the key. Let's say I want to print the value available in the key 1. Okay, fine. How can I update the already existing key's value? It is same as accessing the value. See, the values have been changed in the dictionary itself. Let's say I want to remove the key 2. If you remember in our previous video, we have discussed about the del statement. We have to use del statement to remove an element from the dictionary. Let's delete the key 2. See, the element have been removed from the dictionary. How can I iterate through the dictionary? For that, you have to use a method called items available in the dictionary class. Let's iterate this dictionary. Here I have iterated the dictionary and printed the key and the values present in the dictionary. Here the items function returns a tuple which is then unpacked into the variables k and v, which I am using it in the print function. Let's see what will happen if I access the key that is not present in the dictionary. As expected, Python raised an exception saying key error because it is not able to find the key in the dictionary. But you cannot always be sure on the specific key is present inside the dictionary or not. How can I access the key and its value without raising an error? For that, you have to use get function that is present in the dictionary class. Get function will return the value if the key is present. If not, none will be returned. See, when I'm accessing the key that is present in the dictionary, it has returned the value. And if I'm accessing the key that is not present inside the dictionary, it has given me the none value. So you can do some if conditions before accessing the value. Please do the following exercise on your own. Create menu dictionary. The key should be items available in your shop. Value should be cost of that item. Get the user input for number of items that they want to purchase and then get the items one by one using list comprehension. Make sure they select only unique items. If not, make it unique in the program. And finally, provide the cost of each element and total amount they should pay. Thank you.